Series 14 of Doctor Who is shaping up to be very ambitious for Bad Wolf and the BBC. We've recently learned new details from another official Doctor Who magazine issue. March was a rare blue moon instant, where a month had 2 issues. Midweek in June and all that, it's confusing, I know. There's a niche joke, but we'll roll with it, as we do roll into all the interesting new details from the latest issue, 589. The big news of the issue is 5 new casting announcements for the upcoming Series 14 episodes to air in 2024. As always, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, because if you're talking about Doctor Who, then we want to hear about it. The big news is that 2-time winner of Drag Race, Jinkx Monsoon, has joined the cast of Doctor Who Series 14. It's a surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. Currently there are no details about who Jinkx will play in the upcoming series, though both Jinkx and Davies have expressed excitement at what is going to be happening in the show. A note is made on the 27th of February of a production meeting regarding the costume and makeup for a special guest star in Block 4. We suspect this is a recently announced cast addition of Jinkx Monsoon. Certainly, it's worth saying that Block 4 director Ben Chessel has quietly reposted that announcement on his Instagram. Bhav Joshi, an actor from Edinburgh with several guest roles in several productions recently, including Netflix's Diplomat and a recent supporting artist part as a Nintendo programmer in the newly released Tetris movie, it seemed like Doctor will be his first part in a major TV production, and it'll be interesting to see what role he has in Series 14. And not only was Scott's acting talent coming on board, as Glasgow-born actress Elijah Lone has been announced in the magazine. With a ring of acting industry awards behind her, she's sure to give quite the performance, though it's not actually her first time being with Doctor Who. Oh no. Previously, Lone played the part of Marconi for a story in Big Finish's The 6th Doctor and Perry Volume 1. The story, recorded sometime in either October or November of 2018, was entitled Like, and it's set around an Earth colony planet that had been overtaken by the obsession for like and dislike counts. How charming and very cliche. Make sure to hit that like button. It was released in August 2020. At this rate, it's certainly great news to have Lone back in the Whoniverse, and this time on the on-screen as well. Next is the actor, Pete McHale, who was cast in a yet undisclosed role. McHale has certainly travelled far in the acting world, appearing in the Amazon Prime drama The Feed a few years ago. McHale has since been in Sky's thriller series Gangs of London and in the Netflix movie Choose or Die. McHale's casting also marks a particular notable moment in terms of representation and opening doors of casting, as McHale is the first trans male actor to have been cast in a role in the TV Whoniverse. Time is yet to tell whether or not McHale's character will themselves be trans or not, but alongside the previous casting of Yasmin Finney in his 60th, it's a nice sign of Doctor Who's continually open and inclusive casting calls, courtesy of casting director Andy Pryor. A more surprising announcement is that of Miles Yukini, best known for his recurring and similar regular role as Seb in Doctors, 18 series back in 2016 for those who might remember that. Having taken on various roles since then across TV, short films and video games. Honestly, with that kind of variety, someone like Yukini would end up in the Whoniverse eventually, let's be honest. The final casting announcement of the issue is Hemi Yoronham. The Istanbul-born actor was recently in the Jonathan Friedland play Jews in Their Own Worlds. Interestingly, Doctor Who magazine notes that Yoronham begins his work on filming with Series 14 just after he finished that run, which came to a close on the 22nd of October 2022. Given that we know from all the way back in Doctor Who magazine 585 that Block 1 had been preparing audition scenes on the 10th and 12th of October, it seems most likely that Yoronham was cast of Block 1 just after then, with a read-through just over a month since the play on the 30th of November. It's been no secret for months that given editor Chris Roebuck's CV, the Block 1 consists of episode 4 and 5, so it'd be worthwhile to expect that at least Hemi Yoronham will be in one of these episodes, and perhaps some of the announced cast members too, though we can't quite be sure about them just yet. This issue's shown a letter from Russell T Davies also confirmed that Russ is handling the writing duties for episode 8. Russell coyly gave away that the episode involves an operations room and a mysterious chamber, with him debating on February 19th where an unknown vital object within the plot should be. In addition to this, he also revealed at the time, episode 4, which as we said earlier was part of Block 1 filming, was now onto its 3rd edit. His notes after his 3rd edit include asking for the cutting of a line, "I once went to the top of a shard." Do we detect the Bells of St. John reference being lost there? Kind of a shame, but does mean the show is about to return to the iconic fixture of the London skyline. We know they're going back to London in some of the specials and also Series 14 with Ruby being based there, so maybe? I mean, like I just said, funny enough, the stock footage that was used for the London skyline in the 60th Specials trailer a few months back did focus on the Shard. Perhaps I'm just thinking too hard? Probably. You can certainly let us know what you think in the comment section below. And speaking of the 60th, all 3 directors were part of a special interview feature, as well as them all praising the upcoming redesign of the Tardis set, which we've seen, but can't show you here. The article had quite a few insights though, and if you want to find that Tardis set, you can find it online. We're not getting in trouble with the big bosses at the BBC. I don't want to get told off, okay? Chania Button referred to Special 3 scripts as expansive and remarked that every page was a different world and a different idea, sort of a different sort of bonkers and inspiring adventure. Doctor Who magazine itself related that filming for all 3 specials overlapped in the summer months of 2022. Again, leading further credence to the theory that Tom Kingsley was filming scenes on location at Camden during the early location work. It might also perhaps indicate that all 3 directors were working on studio filming in July at the same time. Though it'll be a little while longer before we can be that certain and all, you know. Though it will be a little while longer before we can all be that certain about it. Kingsley certainly did mention that he started a morning filming outdoors in a wonderful but unspecified location. So that can and surely can't have been the only location work he was doing. Kingsley's also sparked a strong belief that Special 2, for which we've still not seen a single second of, will technically be complicated as an episode. We've got a few thoughts on that, but to quote Tom himself, he said, "I started to figure out, well, could you actually do this? Because a lot of my episode is weird." Later in the interview, he mentioned that filming involved incredibly expensive CG environments. It is possible that Special 2 is almost entirely in the studio and involved a lot of alien or unusual environments. Perhaps Gallifrey, the land of fiction, or some brand new alien locale. One hint, David and Catherine running through the completely imagined location on the green screen. This would also tie up the rumours that Bad Wolf has been using ILM's Stagecraft soundstage at Pinewood, which was opened in early 2021 and was used for the Ant-Man film. If you don't know what this type of technology is, take a look at it. It was used in The Mandalorian, for example, so yeah. Tom Kingsley also added 2 familiar sci-fi classics to Special 2, The Thing and Aliens. Given both films were bottle scenario films, with a small cast and an ominous central threat slowly picking off people, we can't help but wonder if we're in for a surreal horror with a handful of performers. Perhaps David Tennant, Catherine Tate, and Ncuti Gatwa running around alongside one another, or maybe some guest cast members as well. Something akin to Heaven Sent or Sleep No More, or thinking back, Midnight. Alternatively, it could be akin to Once Upon a Time, which carefully used a small amount of cast to double up for other roles within the confines of a temporarily distorted memory within the Doctor's time stream. Certainly, if it's anything like those stories, it'll be a memorable highlight episode for now. Regarding Special 1, Rachel Talalay has promised a lot of actions in the story, saying, "There's soldiers, there's battles." We've certainly seen the location work for the fight between UNIT and the Wrath Warriors, and snippets of a teaser trailer. But given this, we're inclined to think that this episode's inspiration of Doctor Who and the Starbeast is going to be larger than previously expected. In the original comic, it is certainly true, with flashbacks to meet fighters battling against the Wrath Warriors, Beep attacking soldiers on guard at the crash site of his ship when he returns there with Sharon. And of course, Beep the Meep's final confrontation with the 4th Doctor and Sharon. It features a lot of people not just running around the fight, but also in the aftermath of it as well. One of the last points in the original story is that the 4th Doctor has to quickly bundle a lot of nearby civilians into the Tardis. Beep had hypnotised them into repairing his ship, and with his ship ready to take off, the Doctor gets the townsfolk and the remaining soldiers into the Tardis to save them from the blast. Well, sort of. Hyperspace jumps are complicated. The lady also let slip a previously uncertain bit of location filming for the special. Back on the 19th of May 2022, Catherine Tate was also spotted at Wembley for filming. And in this issue, Talalay mentioned a night shoot with David in an underground parking lot. Talalay has since addressed on Twitter that this was about Wembley Stadium, and that David, though not spotted by fans at the time, was there. Talalay also revealed that the new TARDIS set took 4 months to be built in the studio, which we suppose answers the questions of it will be sticking around after the 14th Doctor and the 60th specials. Despite some fan doubt, we can't imagine 4 months being sent on a TARDIS set just for one run-off production. They don't do that. We also know that these 4 months led on to very near the end of Talalay's directorial work, and potential as a follow-up bit of filming for Special 1 at a later date. Talalay's exact words here, "In the last couple of days of my contract, we finally got on there," suggesting that the TARDIS interior may only have a small involvement in the first special episode. It does, however, raise one bigger question. The great Bernard Cribbins, who was reprising his beloved role as Wilfred Mott for the specials, sadly passed away on the 27th of July last year. And we know from the pictures shared by Talele on Twitter that she was filming on the 25th of July for a very late scene of the episode, scene 99. If this is one of the last days of filming for Special 1, and one of those days that involved Tardis interior filming, then there is a bit of a question mark over the likelihood of Bernard Cribbins being able to film interior follow-ups on the bits he was seen filming in Camden, in which the 14th Doctor wheeled him into the Tardis. It's certain the production team are not going to cut him from the specials, but it's hard to say if he will have any filmed on green screen for insertion to what a few interior scenes occur in the Special 1 as a safety precaution. We'll find this out at a later date, but hopefully they got what they needed. Moving on to Scott Hancock's production diary section of the Doctor Who magazine, it's something we always look forward to when these issues come out. Monday the 6th of February was confirmed as the second week of the shoot for the 2023 festive special. Again, now being solidly referred to as the Christmas special. Whilst it's noted on the 1st of February, producer Vicky Dilo had a meeting regarding scheduling and delivery of final edits of the Series 14 episodes. As such, it is possible that the intended air dates for Series 14 are now being pinned down, including the festive special. Sounds like we should be ready for a Christmas Day special this year, if you ask me. And the issue is also being confirmed that multiple guest writers of Series 14, with at least one episode in Block 3 being guest written. Oh, on the 4th draft by February 16th. On its 4th draft by February 6th, we learned that Block 3 soon after began filming on February 8th. It's unclear to what extent we still hear of Block 3 in early February. So given that location, scouting and technical recce's would not occur until weeks after, we can say it's unlikely much filming for Block 3 occurred in this time frame. However, it's made clear by Hancock the filming for Blocks 2 and 3 overlapped on the 14th, with the teams of both blocks collaborating on the filming of the scene that evening. This is likely to be either down to a shared location required for scenes in both blocks, or for coverage and consistency on a cliffhanger between episodes that are in different blocks. All in all, it was certainly a very enlightening issue of Doctor Who magazine, and hopefully you guys appreciate this wrap up and conclusion information we've done. It's given us quite a few number of things to speculate about, both about the 60th specials and of course Series 14. Things are truly shaping up for the next era of Doctor Who, and we're here for it. If you want to keep up to date on the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. But for now, I've been Captain Jack, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.